My name is Hannah Holt. I'm a TJC dental hygiene student. I am also enrolled in TJC's bachelor's program. I have enjoyed all of the BSDH classes, and by being involved in them, I can truly say that I've been given opportunities I would not have had otherwise. And one of those opportunities is this very assignment where students were given the option to explore a little bit more in a specific area of their choosing. And I chose clinical education. My mentor was the wonderful Miss Melissa Kravitz, and I was able to see a little more up close and personal how she communicates specifically with her students, as well as her roles and responsibilities in the clinic. So throughout the remainder of this video, you will be able to see my observation experience in the clinic. My practicum site was located at TJC's Dental Hygiene Clinic in the Robert M. Rogers Nursing and Health Sciences building. Let's take a look. Here's the dental clinic. Now let's meet my mentor. Here is my mentor, Ms. Kravitz. She has been a dental hygienist for over 30 years. Her love for clinical education is made obvious through her passion and dedication to her students. After experiencing her wonderful guidance and feedback myself, I knew she would be a great professor to observe. All right, Ms. Kravitz, what made you interested in becoming a clinical professor?
Well, that's actually kind of a long question because it wasn't just one thing. But to kind of make it short is that when I got out of school, I found that I was looking for challenges. When I first got out of school, I would do any public health or community service that the Dental Hygiene Society was working in. I volunteered at a Kiwanis clinic. I volunteered at an AIDS clinic. I worked with children. I did Boy Scout badges. And because I was just looking for alternatives. And one of the first alternative jobs that I had was working in a perio office. And then after that, I went to work in a children's hospital. So I kind of was looking for ways to use my skills, not just in private practice. And honestly, my husband and I moved to Bullard back in 2002, and I had met Carrie Hobbs at a dental hygiene convention. And when I moved to Tyler, I called her, and I just started working on like one clinic, and I fell in love with it. I liked that it used all my skills, that it challenged me mentally to figure out what the students' needs were. As well as it made me keep my skills sharp and on target and current. And so it kind of just happened naturally but I think it all started with my need to continue to challenge myself and not just work in a general practice.
Wow, that's amazing. So what do you like most about being a clinical professor?
I think there's actually a couple of different things. One of my favorite things is when I'm working with a student and they have a light bulb moment. I love it when I get to watch them figuring out how to roll the instrument on the tooth, or they've been struggling with taking an x-ray and something I said helped them take the perfect x-ray, or they have a difficult patient and we kind of talk about how to manage that patient and they're successful at the end of the day. So I think those light bulb moments with the students are just the best. But truly, one of the things I really love too is figuring out each student, because each student's strengths and weaknesses are different. So I really try to listen to what the student is saying. I try to watch what skills they have. I try to read their journals to see where they're having issues. And so I really try to focus individually on each student, which I think sets the example for treating each patient as an individual. So hopefully I'm demonstrating and mentoring what I need the student to do. And then lastly is the relationships that I develop with the students while they're here. I never expect to be a long term in their journey, but I think the 2 years that they're here is really important and special. So I try to make it entertaining and fun, but as well as making sure that we always focus on the learning in a positive aspect, and to make them successful at the end of the day. I think those are probably 3 things that I really challenge myself to do every day in clinic.
Okay. And lastly, what motivates you?
What motivates me, just in general?
Well, here in the clinic, being a teacher.
Oh my gosh. So, as you can tell, I've done a lot of different things in my career as a hygienist. Some of them overlapping, some of them not overlapping. But I've been here on the clinic floor for 20 years, and I think that has to do with several things. One is this department is a family. It's one of the first places I've worked where they value who I am personally as a person. They see my strengths and my weaknesses as a positive, and they help me grow. And I feel the people that I work with here, all the hygienists, all the dentists, part-time, full-time, they're just, they motivate me to do the best that I can because they all put 100% into their work too. And then truly, I can be having the worst day in the world, and as soon as I start working with the students on the clinic floor and meeting their patients, my day totally changes. As soon as I walk off the clinic floor, I'm having a bad day again. So I just get energy and positivity from the clinic floor. It's just an amazing place to work. So I think there's probably more, but that's all I can think of right at the moment.
Well, you truly are a light here at TJC, and I know you're so appreciated.
At the beginning of the day, I watched as Ms. Kravitz organized her students and their checkoffs and evaluations and documented patient information. She answered all students' questions and even collaborated with Ms. Dublin, the office manager, about a technical issue. I was excited to be able to jump in and give a safety check and a few tips to a fellow student before they exposed x-rays. Here, I watched as a student performed an oral home care instruction skill evaluation on a patient. Ms. Kravitz gave feedback as needed. Ms. Kravitz gave guidance to students throughout the cleaning process to make sure their instrumentation skills were correct. After a few hours of observation, I was finally able to jump in and perform a hygiene assessment check as well as a final check on a patient. I even sat in on the grading process for competencies or major tests that the students have to take. Near the end of clinic, Ms. Kravitz had her students evaluate themselves on any skill evaluations or competencies performed. As Ms. Kravitz entered grades, graded radiographs, and journaled, she continued to answer any of her students' questions. This practicum experience allowed me to apply knowledge, methods, and skills learned in the classroom into the dental clinic setting. Thank you to the dental staff at TJC, especially Ms. Kravitz, for allowing me to observe her excellent educational skills.